What is good, Cardano fam, ADA gang? We have lots of exciting updates to unpack today, so hit that subscribe, hit that like. Cardano ADA 24-hour trade volume surpasses $800 million according to CoinGecko. CoinMarketCap ranks Cardano as the 9th most bullish community sentiment at over 84%. World Mobile surpasses 2 million daily active users, reaching a new all-time high. And just a reminder, for WMTX holders, their core staking update goes live on Monday, June 9th. Users will be able to claim their Cardano-native World Mobile token rewards securely and directly. No middleman, no confusion. Designed to give you control. Built in partnership with Sundae Labs. Strike Finance with perpetuals on Cardano already ranks near the top 50 globally in daily revenue on DefiLlama, the world's largest DeFi TVL aggregator. This is fantastic. Strike Finance is really showcasing good product design, good feasibility, good viability. They are crushing it. I'm confident they're going to do a great job to supercharge Cardano. Speaking of DefiLlama, they are also now tracking Bodega, Cardano's prediction market, on their fees and revenue dashboard. Sundae Labs CTO Pi Lanningham says 1,000 to 2,000 TPS is very achievable with Leios, and if you're willing to start making more trade-offs, you can push it even higher. We've done simulations pushing Leios up to 10,000 transactions per second. I like that. Good numbers, and I'm very happy to see that Leios can go super fast. We also have Hydra as a fantastic layer 2, but also the redundancy that's built into the protocol in case there's any issues to fall back on prowess. So great to have this telescopic protocol. Future-proof, rigid, resilient. Cardano founder Charles Hoskinson responded to that post saying, Leios is an endless scale engine. Cardano is the future. Nasdaq adds Cardano ADA, Solana, XLM, and XRP to its Nasdaq Crypto US Settlement Price Index, joining Bitcoin and Ethereum, a major step towards ETF approvals. So this is fantastic because it is correlated, interconnected with the news that we heard back in March, where Hashdex, with over $1.1 billion assets under management at the time, filed an amendment with the SEC to add Cardano and many others to that index. So this green lights Cardano for price metrics and whatnot, and it's a positive step towards this approval. But not only this approval for the Nasdaq Crypto Index US ETF with Hashdex, but also just in general, Grayscale, right? GDLCED ETP, Cardano Spot ETF, Tuttle Capital 2X Long Cardano ETF. There are many ETFs just like this one, where news like this just continues to cement the professional and institutional recognition of Cardano. So a step in the right direction towards ETF approvals. Filecoin says Lighthouse expanded its reach in May with new Filecoin integrations on Cardano via Blockfrost. And I was taking a look at Lighthouse. So storage platform, permanent, perpetual, decentralized storage. They have over 10 million API requests per day, over 20,000 users, and over 5.5 million files. So I'm taking a look deeper into this integration, what it means. I messaged Blockfrost to see if they can explain a little bit more the nuance of this. But it's good to see other projects collaborate with Cardano one way or another. So let's take a look at some clips from the Money 2020 event over in Amsterdam. Charles Hoskinson says now that US regulation is pro-crypto, Europe has to re-evaluate the MiCA regime. Thought leaders throughout the continent are actively re-evaluating these things, especially with stablecoins, yield products, and staking. Bitcoin is coming online, says Charles, and Bitcoin DeFi is going to be huge thanks to Taproot. Charles goes on to say that synthetic biology, biotechnology, and a little bit about crypto is what was discussed with Prince Constantine of the Netherlands. And seems like Prince Constantine, at least in a little bit in the interview, he said he's the people's prince. So, I mean, it's great that he had dialogue with the Prince of the Netherlands. I mean, that's fantastic. And he's saying that there's a great degree of interest in cryptocurrency given the United States is opening up getting their market structure bill, getting the Genius Act. So I think, Netherlands and around the world, they're definitely going to be going really pro-crypto. Charles says Cardano is at the nexus of Bitcoin DeFi. The DeFi opportunity with Bitcoin is about 4 times larger than the entire market cap of Solana and Ethereum combined. So even if we get a small percentage of that, it's going to be gargantuan. Charles says Cardano is very close to Bitcoin in terms of its technology and design. They're UTXO, we're extended UTXO. Our proof of stake was based on Bitcoin proof of work, which is a very different type of proof of stake than what Ethereum has. I think a lot of people just think all proof of stake is similar, but that's not the case. Charles says we're working really diligently as an ecosystem to be Bitcoin's computation DeFi layer. We allow for Bitcoiners to pay their transaction fees in Bitcoin, get their yield in Bitcoin, even if they're on Cardano, which is a unique competitive advantage for Cardano. So I was blown away. I was really impressed by the demo by Input Output and Fairgate in Las Vegas. And I think that Cardano's going to crush it. They've already been swapping ordinals from Bitcoin mainnet to Cardano mainnet back and forth. They already released the Cardinal white paper, which I think has great branding. So I'm confident that from a Bitcoin DeFi perspective, Cardano has a great advantage. It's a pretty quiet day. Watcher Guru says $1.5 trillion Deutsche Bank considers issuing its own crypto stablecoin. And finally, CZ is feeling bullish. He says success is not final. Doing a spin, I guess, on a quote here, saying failure is not fatal. It is the courage to hodl that counts. Patience is hard, right? We are sitting at 667, so not too bad. Volume anywhere from like 350 mil to like 800 million. ADA at 668 on TradingView. Not bad. Bitcoin 105, climbing up. And again, like we look pretty similar to the charts. I mean, like I said, BTC, ADA, XRP, the charts look pretty similar. If you could put ADA and XRP, it's almost identical. Bitcoin dominance 64.6. So I keep harping on it over and over again, but Bitcoin dominance needs to tumble. Searches need to increase. All these macroeconomic factors need to fall in place. If ADA dumps, send it lower. I'm just going to scoop up some more, right? So I look at the positive side of both situations, whether it's negative price volatility or positive price volatility. So I think, guys, 2 very exciting things for me are, one, this step towards ETF approvals. It's nice to see Nasdaq add Cardano joining Bitcoin and Ethereum to their price index, which is basically setting up the approval for this that we heard back in spring. So good stuff there. I also think that I'm just really excited with Leios too. I think Leios, Bitcoin DeFi, ETFs are some of the very exciting macro moments, if you will, for Cardano. So let me know, guys, what are you most excited about? What do you think about the Nasdaq news? And what do you think about Leios potentially hitting up to 10,000 TPS? Smash that subscribe, smash that like. I'll see you guys in the next Angry Crypto Show.